definitely on.
Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steely, followed that up. And whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers open the scoring. Happy Tawdry. 12 minutes of the match remaining.
What a stake.
A stunner from Kenny Miller. Rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at Rangers Radio Online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will he come from McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he got it? That flies in! He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers! Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening is the one and only Bridgeman and Big Ulster. How are we doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Hope you are all keeping good.
And can I say a big good evening to the boys on the panel here and to all the guys on the lobby as well, and to all the Rangers fans all over the world that are listening in to Rangers Radio. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Big Ulster? 6 more sleeps, big man.
Yes. 6 more sleeps and my hoodoo's gonna break, boys. I'm telling you.
No.
It's happening. It's happening.
Then. You're coming over, Ulster?
I am, Bridge. Unfortunately, lads. But listen,
Good.
It's going to change. The big man's going to change it. The luck's coming for me. I can feel it.
Rangers now.
You coming up, Ox?
Mother's Day, mate. I never miss a visit to Glasgow on Mother's Day, mate.
Love it.
I love how you got it in there.
You know. You know the rules, Bridge. You know the rules. So, obviously, first and foremost, we have to dissect and look at yesterday's game, Bridge, yeah? Obviously, you popped it a bit late, we didn't get your views or your thoughts on it.
Yeah. Apologies to everybody. I was eating my chips and everything, so I do apologise.
He's got a new headset, Ulster, top of the range, mate. Yes. Christmas present for the shoplifters. I see you here, you're not denying it neither.
No, of course not.
Anyway, we'll have your thoughts, Bridge, and then I'll tell you how I think it went, and then we'll hear from Big Ulster, alright?
Yeah, cool. You want me to start now?
Yeah,
Aye, cool.
Well, wait till 5 to 11 if you want.
Aye, cool, no problem. No problem. No, I was mightily impressed with with pace and tempo in our play for big chunks of the game. I thought that, the goals were excellent. Apart from actually in the stadium, you mentioned something to me last night. In the stadium, when that own goal, everybody ran about me. We all thought it was an own goal, and but the stadium announced it as a hat trick.
Well, it was a blatant own goal, yeah.
So we could see that, and it was the same guy that had put the ball in, or the ball bounced off, wasn't it, for their goal?
Yes, I believe so.
The boy smashed the ball and it was going for a shot. It was going for a throw in, and
you
it
were
hit the guy.
You were catching it.
Near enough it, yeah. So actually, he should have been sent off. Of course, it goes without saying.
We'll come up.
But I thought that apart from their goal and they had a couple of wee shots, a lot of teams come and play Tanner Ball football against us, and they look quite good, and they looked like that last night at times. But they're absolutely no answer. Once Rangers got the ball and they started, my God, they moved at pace, and they really did absolutely drub that team. That was, it ended up 4-1, but that could have been 8 or 9. Easily 8 or 9 last night, easily. The amount of chances Morelos missed. 3 of them, 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper, believe it or not, as you probably do believe it. So these things happen, but really, really pleased, so pleased for that boy Cummings. What a hat-trick. What a game he played. He was part of the play, up the top, down the back, everything he was defending, midfield, everything. I think he even thought he was actually playing in left mid, that kind of...
that's what he was asked to play, mate.
Well, I'm just saying, if you think about it, that's what he done. He done everything that was asked of him and more. He actually, to me and to the guys on about me, he just took that game by the scruff of the neck, and it just looked like somebody just every time somebody get the ball, he just opened his arms and says, "Give me here." Wonderful play and great goals. Loved it. Just loved every second of it. So happy for Rangers and the club, and happy for the manager. But some things the manager shouldn't say. Afterwards, when he talked about what he said, there was a big roar come out when Celtic's name was drawn out the hat time. Shouldn't he say these things, in my opinion? You've heard me saying this about things before. Don't tell anybody anything if you can help it. Keep it nice and cool, very professional, and away we go. And obviously the guys are buzzing. They want to play Celtic and beat Celtic and sit next week, and then play Celtic in the cup and beat them there as well. That kind of thing. They want cup.
We said we'll get 9 league games left. Is that right? 9 league games, I think, and 2 cup ties. So we've got 11 games left, and 3 of the 11 games we play Celtic.
Absolutely. What a chance for the club and the players to go out and show it. I mean, these guys are full of themselves now. See, I'll tell you what, I'm not being funny when I say this, and I'm sure the panel will agree, and I'm quite sure that a load of the guys in the lobby will agree. Is there a better right back in Scotland, if not Britain, than that Tavernier, the form he's on at the moment? Absolutely superb. He's a non-stop engine. He just runs all the time. I mean, I think it was at 5 minutes to go or something like that, and he picked the ball up just close to the penalty area, and he ran all the way up and made a lovely pass to Morelos, who screwed it up, But no, just wonderful. Love to see it, by the way. Just love it. Okay, I've said enough now.
Also, let's hear your thoughts, mate, before I get a report on the game. On you go, mate.
Yeah, I agree with what Red just said there. I think it was a very good professional performance. But I credit the Falkirk as well. I think they tried to play a bit of football. Their formation, attacking, a wee bit more than what we normally see at Ibrox. We see teams sitting in a lot more, but I thought that was, obviously, I played into our hands too. We could show what we're all about. I thought Cummings done well in his position. Asked to play something probably that's new to him, but he got 3 goals and he played pretty well. But I think Mr. Murray has commented, he needs to, without the ball, he needs to learn that side of his game. But I think, that's a position to say, but he hasn't played before, so he will get there, if he's asked to play there, the more games he plays, he'll start to find where his best position is when he's playing. That's, where he needs to be when we don't have the ball, probably, and helping the defence like we've seen Murphy doing. So I don't think parts of his game like that will come as he's asked to play a position, if he's asked to play a position again. I thought Goss and Doherty were really good in the midfield. I don't think Goss has had one of his better games, but I think it was still a very good game for him. I thought Doherty was good. He'd done a couple of lovely wee runs with the ball as well. He's got some great strength. I think that's a great find for £600,000 for him. I think that's going to be a steal.
Looks that way.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's going to grow. Definitely, you can already see it. He's grown into that shirt already, and that's only been a few games, so he's only going to get better and better. Morelos, I think he got a bit of stick, but probably should have finished a few of those chances, to be honest, especially the 1v1. But you have to look at his game when he hasn't got the ball. He brings so much, and as I said before, I've said a few times that he creates the space for other players to come into. I think Cummings probably benefited a lot from that. That's where he found the space. And as I said,
do you think if Morelos scores the first chance, mate, he gets a hat-trick as well? If that makes sense.
This is another thing. That's exactly. If you get a goal, your confidence is up. Sometimes if you miss the first chance or the second chance, you just sort of get that wee thing in your head. It's maybe not going to be my day today, but it just shows you what happens when you go and get somebody in. The likes of Cummings there, he's also a goal scorer. When you've got someone like Morelos who maybe isn't getting the goals, you've got a really great goal scorer on the pitch that can take them. So that's where we've grown as a team and as a squad, as the quality we keep talking about. Maybe last year, if your striker doesn't score, your main striker, we struggle in that game. But now we've got the quality to have people like Cummings that are more than capable of stepping up and finishing the chances.
I tell you, up on the Morelos point, I mean, you're right, he does a lot of work. I think we forget how young he is and relatively inexperienced, Bridgman, so obviously missing chances. Maybe his head goes down a wee bit in front of goal, and maybe that's something that will come with experience, mate.
I find him, it's quite frustrating sometimes, you know, when he's trying to do something and it fails, he gets his head down and he throws his arms a wee bit, and, you know, he kind of stomping in a bit, like in a huff, you know, with himself, not with anybody else. And I'm actually shouting last night, never mind that crap, just get back up here or get your head up, do what you need to do. And the next thing he gets the ball and he maybe beats a man or he makes a lovely passes. Ulster's absolutely right. We've been singing the boy's praises, the way he plays, not from a goal-scoring perspective, but from picking the ball up and bringing everybody in and making things happen round about him. And it does a lot. It takes a lot of weight off everybody else at times, being up front on his own. But he definitely can hold the ball. He's got the strength to hold people off. A very, very good player. He just needs to keep. To me, he just needs he's young, as you said. He needs to get his head right, and he needs to be able to. I don't know if he practices one-on-one with a goalkeeper, but my God, he missed it 3 or 4 times last night. He should have put the ball in the net and missed every one of them. Every one of them.
Yeah, I've seen one
of the last ones. He was just trying to get Jason his hat trick. Yeah. Oh, somebody.
That's what it sounded like, didn't it?
Oh, carry on. When you go, Ulster.
No, it's just picking up on the point of Bridge. Obviously, Bridge is talking about Tavernier and how good Tavernier's playing at the minute. But I've noticed as well a lot. Like, see, your man Candias is absolutely fantastic. I think that guy is just brilliant. I'm telling you, like, I know he does get credit, but maybe not as much as some other players. But I think he's absolutely pivotal to everything we do, and I think that's one of the.
I remember about 2 years ago, somebody on the show, I think it was CC. He has these moments when he's wise. Not very often, but he does. And he said that he could say Tavernier pushed his way into the England squad if he could learn the game. So maybe CC's been proved right, eh?
You never know. And
we all mocked him at the time.
But tell you what, everybody around him at beer last night were just saying similar things. What a game he's played. He's been given the captain's armband, and my God, is he living up to it? He's covering every blade of grass. Absolutely superb.
This is it. And then, but when he was playing with Warburton, under the Warburton team, you know, we used to run up the pitch, we used to counter-attack. But then we went into this passing game of passing around the box and possession, which sort of killed our attack at times. But see, now you've got people like Candias, who's got great positioning, and you always see him. He passes the ball, Candias passes the ball, say back to Tavernier, and Candias is always pushing his arm out. You see him pointing. He's doing the next run. He knows where he wants to go, and Tavernier knows where he wants the ball. And I think that it's helping Tavernier's game also, not just from the Candias helping him defensively, but Candias is actually creating space that allows Tavernier to do those 1-2s, which also brings Tavernier back into the game as well. So everything's so more fluid.
There was a spell in the second half where they two should have got a ball on their own, Bridge. Tavernier and Candias, it was wave after wave, and we were keeping the ball, and we were spreading the ball, but it always seemed to come back to they two.
They make things happen. You know, we've praised them as high as we can. I don't think we can praise them anymore. They make a tremendous pairing. They seem to be they're talking to each other constantly. I don't know how they're talking to each other. I don't know if Candias can speak perfect English. You know what I mean? Or whether Tavernier can come halfway with him in the language part.
The two of them speak Spanish, mate. The two of them speak Spanish.
Well, there you go. Whatever it is, they managed to communicate great. And it may be natural. It may be just natural. And sometimes you can do that. You can pick up people's thoughts, processes, if you follow what I mean, by just getting to know the way they play. But Ulster's right. You see them pointing, you see them talking, saying, I'm going to do this here, you take the throw in, and so on and so forth. And really and truly, I've complimented them all season. They are a tremendous pairing, and the manager will be he really needs to. I think I don't think he would ever want to drop them, either of them. But it's difficult because sometimes you need to bring somebody else in. And I know he dropped Candias a couple of weeks ago there, and it worked all right. There wasn't any great problem, but I thought when Candace came on the second half as a subby, you can see that they lit up again. They know that him and Cat Tavernier lit up again. So they do complement each other and they do a lot for each other and they make things happen for us. You're right, Ulster.
Yeah. Anyway, the game started for us and we kept the ball reasonably well and we constantly threatened Bridge. And after about 10 minutes, you're thinking, are we going to get a goal here? Because we had them penned in, corner, we were first to the ball and we started with a good attitude. And then out the blue, I can't remember who passed the ball down the channel. It might have been Greg Docherty, but I might be wrong with it. Or Goss. And it was a great run. He upped his run and got back on side between him and Windass. Cummins got the ball, and I don't know how. He just sort of seemed to stroll to the byline. All of a sudden he was on his own. He just curled it into the goal. Great finish, Bridge. 1-0.
Aye, fabulous.
So you're thinking then, that's it, we'll go in and score. And then really when they're one of their first sorties up the park, they get a bagatelle that ends up in the back of the net. But just before that was one of the main talking points. And when the guy flicked out at Bates, it's still deliberate, but that's two games in a trot. People have had a go at Bates off the ball. It doesn't matter if it's violent conduct when you use your hands or lift your feet like the St Johnstone player did. For me, when the referee sees it, and I'm the one for having a go at referees, I like to think I'm reasonably fair. It's a red card if you get caught doing it. That's the gamble you take, Bridge, as you well know.
Aye, no, you see, what I would say to that, and I'm not being funny when I talk about these things, that I just ask anybody with a bit of sense, anybody on Rangers radio, if that had been a Rangers player that did that to a Falkirk player last night, would they get sent off? And the only answer I can come up with is 100%.
Yep. Anyway, so we got the goal. They got the goal quite quickly. Then within, I believe it was 28 seconds for starting back, Halliday plays the ball in, and I thought it was a great finish by Cummings. He took the ball in, took it inside, and just lovely pass into the net. Ulster, yeah?
Oh, yeah, that was a fantastic...
Great finish.
Bit of play. What a bit of play, exactly, yeah. Not just the finish, Ox, it's how he brought the ball down and turned his body around.
His touch was lovely.
Yeah, it was fantastic, yeah.
So then we get the third goal, as you say. A good move. Candace, I think it was coming in to put it in, puts it in for Cummings, and the boy turns it into the net on goal. If he hadn't put it in, I'm sure Cummings would have got that one. And then the second half, for 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, we just pounded them wave after wave of attack. And then we broke them down, got the goal. Morelos should have scored. It broke to Cummings and he got his hat-trick well deserved, and then the game just petered out. We could have scored more goals, but that'll do us. Kept the ball, passed it well, didn't get hot up. And then any bother or any more injuries, Bridge, as you well know, it's important for us. So if people want to join in, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 014 1356 1972.
Well, you can join as well, Ulster.
At rangersradio.online, and you'll find us on Skype.
I believe we'll get our first call of the evening. It's the one and only Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, gents. How are we doing?
Garbage.
Oh, Rudy.
Hi, Ulster. Hi, Bridge. How are you guys?
Rudy rant. Positive rant.
A positive rant. No, all I rant when I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? I thought it was a cracking performance at the weekend. It was really good professional performance. You know, a couple of wee 40s up the park by Falkirk, and that was about it for me, really. I didn't think at any point we were losing that game, you know.
70% possession or something like that, and I don't think that really told the story. They were pinned right back. I mean, and I think it was Bridge earlier said, Ulster said earlier that at least they had a goal, which is better than some of the teams I was watching the league, but they were well beat. 4-1 actually flattered Falkirk, Rudy.
It could have been, I heard Bridge saying there, it could have been 7-8-1. It could have easily have been had some of the other chances been taken. It was a cracking performance. Some of the football, Greg Docherty for me is just looking absolutely cracking, so he is. I think I heard
steal, mate.
600 grand. He's, you know, see 2 seasons time, a couple of seasons time, Ox. we're going to be laughing at that 600 grand, to be honest with you, because that's exactly what that boy's going to turn out to be. He's going to be an absolute steal, and for me, he's made that position his now. As far as I'm concerned, he's made that position his.
Talking about people that make positions their own, we've been joined by True Blue. How are we doing, True?
Hi, True.
Hello, True. Evening, chaps. How we doing?
Evening,
How
True.
we doing, mate?
Aye, good stuff. Can I answer a couple of points you were talking about there?
Aye, of course, mate. You carry on, mate.
You're talking about David Bates. That was on the balls, off the ball. He should be off the park. He shouldn't even have been on the park. As far as his goal went and all that was an in-off. They call it an in-off at billiards. Absolutely, it could have went anywhere. In terms of Morelos and the way he's striking, I think the seed's doing a wee bit.
Thrives in goals, mate. Thrives in goals.
Aye, well, that boy was through. It's a striker. When you're missing a few like that as well, you can't just put your boot through it and hope for the best. And I think that's what the boy's doing at the minute, you know. But somebody says he's 20 years of age, you know.
Did we forget how young he is, mate?
Oh, he's got all the potential in the world, pal. All the potential in the world. I really like him. As Bridgeman was saying, I see the work he does off the ball. The hold-up play, playing it back and moving into position. I think he's a cracking player, a really good player, and massive potential still to come out of him.
He's not a fan. If you could actually combine the two, mate, if he deploys Cummings is poised for a finish, and the other parts of his game, you could have near off the perfect striker.
Aye.
That makes any sense, yeah?
Aye, definitely. I like the two of them. I thought Cummings was, you know, the way he took his goals and everything was good. He was there and all with the one Morelos missed, you know, it came off the keeper, parried it out, and he was first to the ball as well. So absolutely great. I don't think we were as free flowing at the weekend as we have been. And I think Jamie Murphy was a big miss.
We were a wee bit lopsided, mate. That's the point I was making. When we did keep the ball well for about 20 minutes, we really did keep the ball well. But still, most of our attacking threat came from Tav and Candeias, because we were a wee bit lopsided, if you know what I mean, because we didn't have Murphy.
I couldn't agree more with what you're saying about the boy Docherty. I thought Andy Halliday did a decent game on Saturday.
Everybody in our team get past marks yesterday. I mean, there was some better than others, but come on, we've got to be fair. We come on here and ridicule them and slag them, but everybody get past marks yesterday. There wasn't 9.5s or 10 out of 10s, but everybody get past marks too, I think, yeah.
Well, wasn't he a 2 for true?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Like the old days. What would you get a go?
I thought that. Can I come in on that, Oxdale?
On you go, mate.
I just wanted to say, I thought the defence, which we've spoke about many times in the past, we seem to be the same old sometimes, you know, it's kind of panic stations at times, you know. I thought that Alves played very well last night for doing the job that he knows he's doing. So he won nearly every ball in the air that he went for. But free kicks, some of the free kicks and corner kicks, we let ourselves down in the ball. Bounced around quite a bit.
Their goal, mate.
I'm saying that we didn't know what we were doing, you know. And they like to mix it up a wee bit. And look, they weren't a bad side. Ulster's point that out to you. They weren't a bad side. They are probably a good championship side. They don't have the same.
They're some bottom for the championship, mate.
No, but I'm saying they're probably not a bad side. But they know when playing against us, it's a different game. When we get the ball, we murdered them. Just about every time we got the ball, we murdered them. But keeping the ball, they were good, the wee Tanner ball players and things like that. And I'll tell you what, they weren't scared to go in for a tackle. And many tackles that they make with over the ball. And a lot of our players got quite bad knocks, I thought, last night. And very lucky not to see some serious injuries. I mean, that Tavernier, one of them with Tavernier, he pushed the ball about 3 yards past the guy, and the guy just, a huge big stamp right at the top of his foot. I thought, oh my God, what is... And the referee was just a shocker, wasn't he? Just a shocker. So I don't want to talk about that.
True Blue mentioned Jason Cummings, so it's always entertaining. So let's hear for the hat-trick hero, Jason Cummings.
You happy with that? Your first ever senior hat-trick?
No, I'm buzzing. You know, it's took me a long time to get it, but I'm happy to get my first ever hat-trick. More importantly today is to get through into the next round, and that's what we've done. So.
How desperate were you to get that third goal?
Every time you're on 2 goals, you're always wanting to get a third. So I was desperate, and it kind of fell to me, and I was happy to get it.
You've scored here before, but not for Rangers, so what was the feeling like?
Oh, it was one of the best feelings ever. First start at Ibrox, and I just wanted to get a goal, celebrate in front of the fans, and it was a great feeling.
Did you feel a little bit for Alfredo Morelos today, because he just couldn't score, could he?
It just wasn't his day today, to be fair. But the thing with him is he always gets into good positions. That's when you know he's a good striker, because he gets into the positions and he's there to miss the chances, and he'll be back.
Do you feel you've now made the manager have a very tough decision ahead of next weekend's game?
It's up to him, innit? You know what I mean? I didn't normally play left mid. I've never really played left mid, but as long as I'm playing, I'm no fuss where I'm playing. Obviously, I'm wanting to start every week. That's what I came here to do. But at the end of the day, it's up to the gaffer.
How much would it mean for you to start an Old Firm?
It's something I've always wanted to do, and it's a big game, big occasion. I'd love it.
That game as well, now that win, you've now drawn Celtic in the semi-finals. I think it was a big roar went up from the dressing room when that draw came out.
The boys are buzzing. It's the game that they're wanting. You know what I mean? We're going to have to beat them at one point. So why not just make it the semis? Big occasion, big game again. Just want to be a part of it, and the boys can't wait.
You're a bit tired as well. Your first 90 minutes in quite a while.
I was knackered. I was hitting a wee bit of cramp and that at the end there, and I not had that much game time this season, and I started to feel it at the end.
Fully recovered for next weekend though?
Fully recovered, I'll be back.
It's mad, isn't he? We'll be joined by Alan 63, but we'll go round the panel. We'll go to Alan in a minute. He's a character, Woody Bear.
He is. I love watching his his interviews, and I don't know if you've noticed, but his answers are just bang on. They're brilliant, and he's just so much fun to watch. He makes these wee faces and all that as well while he's talking, I think he's one of the guys that came in January and just totally lifted the club, along with obviously Jamie Murphy, Sean Goss and Greg Docherty, great transfer window, and by the end of the season, I mean, he'll score goals for fun for us, the amount of chances we create.
5 goals already, mate. 5 goals already.
Exactly, and he's only had one start at Ibrox. That's his first start at Ibrox, and he gets a hat-trick. I mean, I know it's again, you can say, but it's Falkirk, but, still, he was in the position to score the 3 goals, which is all that matters in my book. He'll score goals for fun, and I would hope by the end of the season we get his signature on a long-term contract, because I think that boys get class. I really do.
Big Ulster, and then Bridge.
Yeah, he's definitely a character, isn't he? He's confident in his own ability. He's been saying this from the very beginning, hasn't he? He knows he scores goals. That's just the way he is, and he proves it. He scores goals every time. Maybe you have Jason Cummins in that pitch. Jason Cummins will score you goals more often than he doesn't. The only thing, we feel a wee bit bad for him. Obviously, he doesn't get maybe as much game time as he wants. But what do? We've got a formation there that's working. You've got obviously Murphy playing fantastic. You've got Candias. You've got Jason Windass who's scoring loads of goals, and then you've got Morelos who's being touted for multi-millions, and he's playing some fantastic stuff as well. So it's just a wee bit unfortunate for him the way it's worked out. But if he bides his time, I have no doubt he'll get a lot of games for Rangers hopefully in the future and score tons and tons of goals for us. So I think he's definitely got the ability.
Are you saying this reminds you true? He's guaranteed to score. Is that what you're saying?
He's guaranteed to score. But yourselves, guys. I think he's proved it at the Scottish level. And he's come back up the road and he's doing the same again. And I don't even think he's played that many minutes if you look at it. And he's already bagged 5. So that tells you all you need.
Yep. Bridgeman, then true.
Yeah, we spoke about the requirements, but we thought it would be requirements for him to get a game. And Luciano and I were saying that there's a bit of a dilemma. He's got these qualities, but got to get the qualities out of him. How do we get him a game? How do we get? He needs to have 90 minutes, a number of 90 minutes games. And he showed last night. He's obviously been training a wee bit extra as well because he's far fitter. And he looks far fitter as well, both in physical fitness and match fitness. Last night, his touch was exquisite. That first goal, the boy put the ball through, and it looked as if it was going to be a pass to Windass, and it looked as if, from me anyway, it looked as if he was offside. And the next thing you know, Cummings just picked up and they ran through. Oh, wonderful goal, wonderful goal. So these kind of things are just magic moments that Rangers fans have got to look forward to for a long time with this boy. He's just superb, and after just talking there, the way he talks, just so gallus. I don't care. I'm here. Give me the ball. I'll do it. That kind of stuff. Brilliant. Just love it. We're going to like him. That's for sure.
True Blue.
Thing for me about his interviews, mate, is it not refreshing to hear an interview and you're not hearing that pitch geography, loading and game maturity past in you, and you're sitting with that gut rot, isn't you?
He's a character, isn't he? He's a character, isn't he? There's nothing wrong with it, is it?
No, Ken, mate, I just play the way I play, mate. Know what I mean? But aye, refreshing. I like his stuff, the way he talks. He doesn't seem that comfortable actually in front of the microphone, you know. But aye, I'll lap it up, you know. As I say, you hear all that other rubbish, you know, that mental.
I think people forget it's a game, mate. You know, it's a game. Anyway, I enjoy him. I think he's got a lovely touch. Whether he's ahead of Morelos in the pecking order, I don't know if he's quite there yet. But
I think he's got a lot more to prove, Hawks. He's got a lot more to go, mate. You know, a hat-trick against Falkirk, you know. I think he's got a lot more to go in his game.
But if you are needing a goal, not a bad player to put on through it.
Oh, aye, definitely. He certainly knows his way to goal, you know, he definitely does. You know, his positioning's good as well. And I think the boy said in his interview as well, that's not his normal position, playing out there. So, you know.
Well, Alan 63 left us, is he? I'm sure he'll come back in if he wants to speak to Al. So, Jason Cummings, one of the characters of Scottish football, good score record, great signing. The whole team. I'll take this to Bridge first. What has gave the team the confidence? Is it is it Murty? Is it scoring goals? Is it new players? A combination of it? What's your opinion?
My opinion is twofold. It's just twofold for me. It's the quality of player that's there now. It's the management side of it. There's a lot of security and safety with the manager, so including his boss, which is your football director of football. So we've spoken about this for the last 2 or 3 years, and what we've said is they need to bring in real quality players. And as they bring in real quality players, the guys that we've got who are already there, you'll see them responding to it, and nobody's responded to it better, in my opinion, than the two guys we spoke about just a minute ago there, was Candeas and Tavernier. You look at the boys, they are out of this world. Just utterly fabulous players. Their form's there, everything's there, and yet, not that long ago, we were, wondering if they could ever, will we sell Tavernier and so on and so forth. So you get quality in, and the response is there. That's the two things I think. Yes, the manager and his boss, and for sure, the quality of players that they're bringing in, they will make a huge difference to Rangers. And look at them. The momentum's there. We're winning. We're happy. It's great stuff.
Roscoe Rangers put something in the... allegedly Jason Cummings blue nose, obviously Docherty and Murphy blue noses. Is that a factor for you, True Blue?
It was a point I was going to make, actually, mate. I think there's a few things at play here. I think, obviously, I don't think Pedro's been impressing them. They brought in these boys, I know, and I've been on about it for a while. Boys with the right attitude, the right.
He's doing really well in Mexico, Pedro.
I heard they were throwing bottles at him the other night. But I don't like to see that either. I liked him as a person. I don't know if he ever had it as a manager.
Doesn't it look like it, True? Does it?
No. But as I say, going back to my point, I think it's important you've got blue noses in that dressing room. I think it's made a difference. A lot of them are going out there, they've not had to be taught about the attitude you need at Rangers. It's come naturally to them. As we always say, we don't choose, I like to see that, and I'm wondering about the boys that were brought in. Somebody's got a good eye for a player there anyway, so whether it's Graham Murty or maybe Mark Allen, I think that's had a bearing on it as well. But I think not just that, Bridges talking about the standard of player. I think it's the standard of player that's been crucial to us as well. They've come into our club when it's not at its best, shall we say, you know. And what a difference they've made. I'm thoroughly enjoying watching the football they're playing. And I tell you, I think I'm confident for Sunday, you know.
I'm sure we'll cover that.
Aye, I know.
6 more sleeps.
Aye, but I think there's a lot of things just fell into place for us now, you know, and the sooner we get our injury situation cleared up as well, I think we'll even be more powerful, you know. But the football we're playing is tremendous. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, there's a closed-door game on Tuesday, Wallace, and it wouldn't surprise me if Dorrans takes part as well.
Aye. I'm hoping.
James, is he that far on? Do you think he's ready?
I'm just talking. That's a total stab in the dark, Bridge, man. Total stab in the dark. Right.
I'm hoping Declan John's back in. Being honest, you know, it gives Mary a balance playing them and Lustig and all.
True Blue, don't you think? I thought Andy Al did quite a good game last night. Actually, admittedly it was against Falkirk, so I'm not going to say too much. But a lot of wee Tanner ball players, very fast over 5-10 yards, you know. Sprint away for you, take the ball after you and sprint away from you. You guys that used to batter lumps at you when you get order.
No, I think I couldn't agree with you more, Bridge. I thought he played great considering it's not his normal station in the park.
Yeah.
But quite impressed with him.
Well, I think he's more reliable as a backup for the likes of Declan John. I don't think he'll replace Declan John. But he'd be a good backup for Declan John, a good squad player, good player. If you have in the squad, you could put him in midfield, and you could definitely put him at left back for sure. So one of these guys that would be you don't want to. I would suggest you don't want to get rid of people like that. You want them around. If you've got a 20-man squad, he's got to be in one of them.
You were always a fan of Alec Miller, weren't you?
Alec Miller, aye. Alec Miller, aye. I liked him actually.
So we'll wait and see. Rudy Bear closed door game Tuesday. Declan John, Lee Wallace, maybe Dorrans. You never know.
Certainly an opportunity to get some of the guys back in. Like True said earlier, I really do hope Declan John's back for next weekend, because I think him and Jamie Murphy, because him and Jamie Murphy were certainly building a good partnership there, and it's added the balance that we were looking for. The team looked really lopsided before January. It was all down to one side mostly, you know, with Candace. I mean, Candace and Tavern are just they're flying, both of them, you know. So I would hope that Jamie Murphy and Declan John will get a bit of a run out. But also Dorrans and Wallace, if that's a possibility. You know, I don't know how close Dorrans is, but Lee Wallace seems pretty close now. Against St Mirren, isn't it, on Tuesday? So gives the boys a chance to get 90 minutes under their belt, you know. But I wouldn't imagine any of the two boys would be available for Sunday, you know.
This closed door game, behind closed door games, do you think there'll be a bigger crowd at that, or was it the East End of the City Saturday?
I don't know if anybody heard Murdo McLeod earlier on the night. That was just laughable. He was arguing with Hugh Burns, and he was going on about Hugh Burns kept pointing this, you know, and having a wee dig at him about it, and he was trying to say that Celtic's crowds this year have been bigger than the Rangers support, and it was just laughable, really, how he could, you know, and he was saying it with conviction, like he actually believed that. I think he was trying to talk himself into it, possibly.
The shame the Murdo is we can't blame the school in there, you know.
Well, this is it. I know.
I think there's something wrong with that guy. I really do think he's no well because I'm not being funny. I do think he's unwell because he used to be very sensible when he spoke. Obviously, the Celtic slant in that sense, but my goodness gracious, some of the things he comes away with. Rudy's right. He comes away with some stupid things, you know. Anybody who says that Celtic's crowds have been great at European level, possibly. But no, sorry. Celtic's crowds haven't been great at all. Not been great at all.
Ones like Murdo McLeod are worse than the real ones. They've got to justify themselves.
Talking about real ones, we'll be joined by Fox. Evening Fox, he'll give the crowd
Hello.
Hello.
How do you do?
We are about the
I thought you were in we have an anchor.
No, I'm still not out of my God thing at the moment, mate.
Just to let you know, True's discovered religion.
Oh, well, that's alright, isn't it? Nothing wrong with that.
I've not discovered religion. I have to get that wee thing on follow about the gospel singers singing "We Have an Anchor," mate. Absolutely tremendous.
I knew there would be women involved in it. That's what
you're right, True.
G4 churches, mate, put on a wee bit of music like that, they'd be packed to their rafters, mate.
You can't beat a good bit of gospel, Foxy.
No, you cannot.
One melody, a gospel song.
Oh, brilliant.
And what about Amazing Grace in this gospel style? Help for that.
He's got Amazing Grace on Tinder. Is that the same thing?
Oh, nee.
Oh, I tell you what.
Anyway, Fox, what was the official crowd? What was the official crowd? That cup tie in the city on Saturday?
Oh, I don't think there was 6,000 there, mate. And I'll tell you what, they're the first ones to moan when it gets to a semi-final and a final about other teams getting the half of the stadium, mate. I think the SFA should take that into consideration when they're digging out the tickets for the semi-final. 70% of Rangers and 30% of Celtic of the available tickets would be normal for me, I would think.
When the crowd's at the quarter-finals, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, fair comment there by the Fox, big Ulster, eh?
Well, this is it. I mean, they're only showing time. Everything's going good for us. Everybody's buying into what we're doing as a team. I think we'd actually, just talking about our own opinions, I think it would have been even more, only for the fact, obviously with the bad weather, I think a lot of people over here, back home here, maybe took a decision not to go or book things because we didn't actually know if the game was going to go ahead or not. I think if people, maybe a lot of boys down south, down England there, would have been the same. Otherwise, you'd have got a bigger crowd, in my opinion.
Can I just say my wee bit on the game on Saturday, mate?
Can I just come in with Blue Shadows line, Foxy's version, We Have a Lumber?
I know it was possibly just through injury we played a 4-4-2, mate. I think it affected certain areas of the park at the weekend, mate. The left side was unbalanced because we had no Jamie Murphy, so it limited the options of the boy Goss. I think them playing 5 in the middle, mate, he was kind of shut down very quickly. I think he's got to lie deeper and a bit of space to be so effective with his long-range passing, and I thought overall he didn't have any sort of a good game, and I think he admitted that on Twitter, mate. He had a poor game. It left young Greg Docherty to handle the midfield, and which he did against kind of poor opposition. We need to remember their line, I think it's third for the Bolton in the Championship, mate. I wouldn't go overboard. I also thought the two up front didn't work. I think it affected Morelos' play. Cummings was the main man and took his goals exceptionally well. But what I did notice, twice Morelos had the ball. With Cummins in the clear, didn't pass it and shot. And then Jason Cummins had the ball twice in the clear with Morelos in the clear and didn't pass. They'll need to work a wee bit better in that relationship with striking partners if they're ever going to play together, mate.
You remember that Harry Forrester?
No, that's what I seen, mate, honestly, and that could have been a game we were looking for a goal, but because they're natural strikers themselves, there's none of them wants to be the supplier. They'll take on shots before they'll pass it, and that will not always benefit us, mate.
Do you think that's a deliberate thing, Glenn Fox, or do you think it's just the fact that they don't play together too often?
Aye, well, usually in a good partnership up front, mate, one is more or less the supplier for the other one.
Yeah.
But we've got two natural goal scorers there who, when they get a sight of goal, mate, they're having a go.
Aye.
And as I say, I did know there was 4 incidents in that game where a body, one or the other, would have resulted in a goal. But both of them took on the shots that were blocked. And I don't know, maybe this needs work, but I always think it's dangerous to play 2 out-and-out strikers, mate.
Right.
Fair comment. Well, Bridge, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or you can join us at rangersradio.online, where you'll be brought into the call to talk about all things Rangers. That's a good point about the 2 strikers. Big Ulster.
Can I come in on that? I don't see the same as Foxy. I'd see it to a certain extent. Yes, it's actually probably the first 90 minutes that they've started. I think Morelos is. I don't think Morelos was poor because Cummins was there. I think he was poor because somewhere along the line he seed somewhere else. I don't mean his physical head. I mean inside his head. It must have been 3-4 golden chances to score, 1-on-1 with a keeper, and the goalkeeper still managed to beat him. So there's something no right there. It's maybe a lackadaisical attitude. I don't know. So that needs to be sorted. But yeah, I do agree insofar as the passing is concerned.
The boys know lackadaisical, mate. He misfinished.
No, in his head, I'm saying. No, in his head.
I think he's met him down, mate. Once he misses the first one, he's no like McCoy's too used to miss. He's no got that trait yet. You can see it in him even. Yeah. I think it was Ulster earlier on said that when he makes a mistake, he can be petulant. So when he missed a couple of chances, his head went down, you know.
Yeah, but also what I was going to say was when he sees Cummings scoring 1, then scoring 2, and he's had chances and can't get the ball in the net, that makes it worse for him as well. So I think along the lines of what Foxy was saying, as far as 2 out-and-out strikers is very difficult to have, and they'll need a lot more practice together to get things right and for interplay, the passing between each other, because it was very poor that way. It was quite obvious that maybe 2 or 3 times either could have passed to the other, and they didn't, because their instinct was to have a shot at goal.
That's the thing with strikers. Sorry.
On you go, mate. Carry on.
That's the thing with strikers, Bridge. They're 2 young boys. They're still learning their trade. What makes you a striker is that instinct for goal. To get the goal, to go onto the right spot and get the goal. And that's the overriding thing. If you're through 1-to-1 a goalkeeper as a striker, 99% of strikers will have a go themselves. You know, it's a hard thing to drum out a striker, hard thing. A striker loves own goals. And if you've got a man in a better position, it's a hard thing for a striker to play it. In my humble opinion.
Fair comment. But to be fair, Morales scored against United, missed a couple of sitters that day as well. Remember, one hit his leg, and he's bounced back for that. Cummings scored that day as well. So they played together in 2 games. Obviously, it's 2 cup ties. In between them,
a lot of goals.
They scored 6 goals.
Absolutely. I think it'll come. All it needs is time. It's just time. And obviously that's what Rangers don't have right at them. We don't have the luxury of time. So the manager's got a really difficult choice to make, or choices. So somewhere along the line, they 2 might play again. Then again, they might only go back to 1 and was it the shadow striker or the number 10 or something like that, which is Windass seems to be fitting into that. So it could be really good stuff. Doran's coming back, if indeed they do. Wow, what a set of choices.
I think as far as Morelos...
Ulster. Oh, sorry, Rudy.
No, sorry.
Go ahead, Rudy.
On you go, Rudy.
I was just going to say, as far as Morelos is concerned, you could have made the goals the size of the Broomloan front and he wouldn't have scored. It was just one of the days. It was just one of the days for the boy. And after a couple of chances, you could see his heat going down. He looked really fed up, and as Bridgman pointed out earlier on, a couple of chances he's missed and he's sort of swinging his arms about and stuff like that because he was annoyed with himself. Just one of the games. I mean, he could go out on Sunday, rather, and score the winning goal for all you know. I mean,
I hope so.
I'd love to see him score the winning goal at the weekend.
Don't care who scores it. I don't care if it's like Falkirk's goal yesterday. I don't care.
It was just one of the days for him, Ox. That's all it was. He just an off day.
Ulster.
No, that's it. Everybody's saying fair comments there, I think, but as you said yourself, Alex, on another day we could have been finishing that game last night with both of them having a hat trick each. Just wasn't Morales' day, but I think there's also, I know what Foxy's saying about maybe passing. He should have passed it a few times, but we've seen him passing the ball to the likes of Murphy. You know, the last few games, Murphy's been getting goals from assists from Morales, so was Candeias, so was Murphy, Windass. But I think the problem for Cummings and for Morales is that there's only one position to fight for them two. There's not going to be two going forward. Now, yes, in the Cups, you're playing Falkirk, you're playing there, but when we play the bigger games, the big important games, we've already got a formation that we're going to play, and it's only going to be the one of them. So maybe there's an issue, you know, when they're both playing together, that both of them are trying to score the goals for themselves because they're competing for one position.
Fox, anything to add?
Not at the moment, pal.
All right. Thanks very much. Very concise.
Yeah, tell him it's a talk show.
Not in a moment, pal. I'm not your pal. The abuse he gives me, Bridge.
The man's a shocker.
I thought Bridge wasn't talking either.
I've got nothing to say at the moment.
I've got to watch what I'm doing with the mute button. The lads were telling me tonight, once again, they can hear these microphone I've got in these headphones is very, shall we say, it picks up everything. So I told the wife not to come in and do that again, you know.
I'll say to Melanie, and then you slippers are all slippers. You hear them? Anyway, so we've talked about the forwards. We've all mentioned Candeias and Tavernier. Gosh, he still get pass marks for me, but he wasn't the standards he'd set. The boy Docherty had an excellent game. In the big games, your centre-backs are very, very important. What did we think of Alves and Bates? So we'll go. I was going to go to Fox first, being an all centre-half, but he's nothing to say at the moment. So we'll go to Bridge and then we'll go to Fox.
I thought, look, overall, they played very well. And they've played before together just a couple of times, but I think Bates is becoming more and more and more mature. He is going to blossom straight into a tremendous centre half. He's got everything. He seems to have everything anyway. Alves, as I said a wee bit earlier, when he goes to attack the ball from a heading perspective, he nearly always wins it because he's a very, very good jumper and header of the ball. When they're on the ground, both of them, when they're on the ground, with corner kicks and free kicks that come into the box, something happens. They either switch off or they're in the wrong position or whatever, but it just sometimes just looks like a melee, you know. But if they get the ball comes to their head and they can head it out, no problem. But if it doesn't come right next to them, then I'm afraid it becomes actually quite farcical. You know, where's that ball going? And then you find out that the ball bounces off the goalkeeper's hand or something like that, and just he manages to get a hold of it. Sometimes they don't know. It looks like they don't know where the ball is. I'm being very severe. I don't mean to be. But on the two centre halves, overall, yes, they both get pass marks from me, and I think they will continue to. I do think that Alves is a far better centre half insofar as heading the ball is concerned than he is on the ground. Bates, I think, as I say, keeps blossoming and blossoming. But then again, it's this positional thing somewhere in there, in the midst of the melee, when it comes around. Anything could happen, as we saw last night. The ball breaks out and the guy just smashes the ball. And to me, it was going for a throw-in. That's how badly he hit that boy, hit the ball. It was going for a throw-in, it hit that other guy. But the last two games now, I think Big Bates has been a victim of, I don't know whether it's badness, madness, or craziness, or just sheer filth. You know, and I'm not being funny.
I wonder if Old School Blue could get that in the lobby for us. If he's got the Bates, when the guy has a go at Bates, if possible, we'll see if Old School can be in the lobby. Fox, centre halves, thoughts on the centre halves? And who would be yours for Sunday?
weren't really tested in that game. It's hard to... Alves just looked as though he wasn't 100% match fit. But Bates is the one that can cover the ground, mate. For me, he's the one with the legs. As I say, never get too much put under pressure at all in the game on Sunday. But if I was going into the Celtic game, I would plump for experience and I'd bring back Martin and Alves, mate. It's a risky thing for the one reason is there is no pace between the two of them, but experience might
controversial
be the
there.
two. Yep.
Big Bates, man of the match, and the big games, man of the match against Aberdeen, man of the match at Parkhead, the last game. Anybody else? True Blue. What's your thinking on that? Controversial statement with Fox there?
I thought like Fox, I don't think they were under much pressure. I like the boy Bates. I think he's, again, young boy, plenty of potential and everything else. Very rarely puts a foot wrong. In terms of experience, Alves and Martin, I don't know. I think he maybe have played them at the weekend there, you know, if that was his way of thinking. I don't know what he's going to do. I think he'll spring something on them again, you know. I'd like to see it, but I thought they were competent. You know, I don't think they were really pressured in any way. Big boy Bates done everything he should have done. Alves was much the same, but you've got to remember Alves is just back after his injury. You know, he's been out for a wee while, you know. So, I think at the minute we're no bad choice. We've got no bad choice for centre-backs, you know, well, the back line anyway, you know. So, I'm not too concerned about who we play.
Interesting to see how it pans out, but any thoughts on it, Rudy?
Well, I mentioned the Alves and Russell Martin thing the other night, and then I gave myself a good talking to afterwards, you know. You know what I mean? I think no pace there for me. I think Bates is go to play, so it's going to be Bates and either Martin or Alves. I think yesterday Alves gave away a lot of fouls for me, sat around about the edge of the 18-yard box. The thing I do like about Alves is he's good in the air. Really good in the air, Alves. 9 times out of 10, you know, when he goes up with a player for a header, he wins it. And that isn't something that I've noticed with Bates or Martin. So Alves, that's the good side of Alves' game. He's not so good on the ground, though, you know. I think Graham Murray will go with Martin and Bates. I think they're the sort of tried and tested partnership at the back there for the central defence. They're the ones that's been playing there the last few weeks, you know. And they haven't done much wrong, really, so I think you'll go with they two.
Ulster?
Yeah, agreed. I think Martin would be the better one to play. I know, but Alves is commanding in the air, but as a few have said, there's a few silly fouls, and we don't want to be giving silly fouls inside our box, especially not Sunday, because the team we're playing is pretty good at free kicks and good at swinging balls in from free kicks as well as direct ones. And I just don't think he's played enough football, to be honest. I think he's maybe just put in there because it was Falkirk to see how he got on, to see, you know, give him a bit of game time. But I can't see him playing again on Sunday, to be honest, because I just don't think he's match fit enough, to be honest, for such a big game.
Fair comment about the match fitness.
No, good comment.
Fair comment about match fitness. I think Rudy mentioned Bates' pace, and that'll be, for me, Bates will be one of the two. I don't know why, but I think Bates will be one of the two. Fox, because he's pace, and he's just a natural defender for me. He's good at what he does. Bridgman. On you go, Fox. On you go, mate.
I'd agree, but it's just one of the games. I think on the ground, definitely Bates as a defender and tackler is the best out of three, and that's been honest. I just don't know whether Graham Murray will look to experience, mate. It's a big game, and we need to be tight at the back. I know Bates is no let us down in any game that he's played for us, mate. But I just don't know. There's something that tells me that Dembele could overpower him, mate. That's all I can say.
He didn't in the last game, did he?
No, he did not.
Anyway, lads, if you don't mind going on mute.
I think in all
if you don't mind going on mute.
Oh, sorry. Right,
you got that clock? What that clock in front of you? That big one in the kitchen?
It's tea time, Bridge.
We've also been joined by Boswell, who I'm sure you'll get after the tune.
Yes, all right.
From a guy so young to Glasgow City, they come seeking fortune and a new way of life. How could they know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, and here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your heart and voice, celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
Can you like that one, Bridge?
Yeah, I do like that song. It seemed a bit off, mind you. It's going to be fast and then slow, but yeah, I like that song. I think the boys...
I thought that was my ears, Bridge.
No, I think it's something not right.
Please you don't need to question yourself, Rudy. Just you need to have a word with that Cumbrian Bear. He's hugging the dance floor in the lobby, Bridge. He's hugging the dance floor a lot. Bridge, we'll have your point that you were going to make, and then we'll introduce the one and only Boswell.
No, I was just going to say that I thought that the last Celtic game that young Bates had played a tremendous game, and he had managed to do what a lot of folk couldn't do, was managed to sort of curtail both Dembele and the wee boy Sinclair, I like to call him. Although I don't think those two are at their best at the moment, so it might be a good time to get them. I don't know who the manager will play at centre half, but I think he would play Bates for his youth and his pace, a wee bit pace that he's got. Obviously, you've heard me saying many times, we definitely need something at the back to help the guys, you know, a bit more pace in it somewhere, by a new centre half, whatever, you know. But yeah, I wouldn't know who to go with, either Alves or Russell Martin. I really don't know.
All right. Well, we'll have a poll. We'll have a poll in the lobby and we'll get that sorted. But before that, how we doing, boys?
Not too bad, lads. Thank you very much.
How you doing, mate?
Hello,
What's on
boss.
your mind? What's on your mind, mate?
Well, it's this centre half thing I'm
all right.
interested in.
Give your opinion, mate.
Alves, I'm sorry, Alves was past the sell-by date for me. I don't think he's covered himself in glory at all since he's come in.
Never thought I'd say this, boys, but I agree with you.
I think he's been less than ordinary, I really do. And I didn't really fancy Russell Martin, but I think he's grown into that position. And I kind of think that they'll play Martin and Bates. Bates is a certain starter for me on Sunday, because he's the only one that's shown any consistency out of the three of them.
I agree, but I'll tell you what we'll do. We've not got Ibrox loyal, so Big Ulster, you need to get a jotter out and get your pencil. You better go and see if one of the lasses is still waiting.
You can't count on me making pure feeling bad then that he
So we'll ask the.
Couldn't be any worse though.
No, Ibrox loyal. He's a top man.
He is indeed.
Well, last year with your centre half pairing is BA, but it's obviously Bates and Alves. BM, Bates and Martin, or AVM, Alves and Martin. So put it in the lobby what yours is. We'll go in the panel just quickly. Boswell first, I think we know what he's going to say. Boswell?
Oh, probably Bates and Martin for me, I think.
Yep. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I think he'll go Bates and Martin. I think so. I think that's
what would you do?
I think I would go that way. I don't think Alves is fit yet. I don't think he's 100%
fit. Fox said they would go with Martin and Alves.
Experience, yeah.
True Boy.
Bates and Martin for me. Evening, Boswell. Long time no speak.
Evening, pal. You're just copying me.
What?
You went Bates and Martin, the same as me.
Right, watch your language.
Okay.
Go for that. Martin and Bates then, true.
Okay, whatever.
Ready, Bear.
Martin and Bates.
Martin and Bates,
Martin and Bates, Martin and Bates.
Ulster?
Yeah, I'll go with this. I think the same. Martin and Bates for me. On merit.
That looks that way for me, but you'll never know. I'm Martin and Bates as well. What's the lobby saying? What have we got? Bates and Alves. Dunbarnops. Bates and Alves. Bates and Martin. Bates and Martin.
Jackson Forsyth.
Big Bates seems to be the sort of becoming the established centre half. Bridgeman.
Yeah, I said that 10-15 minutes ago. I thought he's been very, very good. He's blossomed into what's something resembling a centre half. Still very young yet. Don't know if he's got all the qualities, but if he gets the right person beside him, he'll show even better. There's something about him. He just seems to manage to get the ball. Doing
the simple.
Great big fella. Huh? What's that?
It's doing the simple things. Just what defenders are making. Just clear your lines.
Absolutely. Sometimes I think he's a bit. The word I use is gangly. You know that word, gangly. He just seems that way, and all of a sudden he kicks into life. But he plays very well. Interplay with the goalkeeper is very good, and you can see he's pass it out of his good as well. Sorry.
Is he 21 or 22 just now? So he's still got. I think
he's 22.
He's a bit of filling out to do.
Aye. We're not going to fill it much more, is he? He's pretty broad as it is.
Yeah, but I think the thing is
growing his body.
Exactly. He just understands his positioning and things like that. And we're saying he's a tackler, and he just clears what's in front of him. There's nothing fancy about what he is. He's a central defender.
He's just an old-fashioned centre back.
I agree. You see, maybe at our club we've had central defenders that thought they were footballers. Like Magic Bougera thought he was like this kind of attacking midfielder that had all the dribbling skills, and then you had a centre half or a kind of centre defender like Tam Forsyth, no nonsense, clear it out, that's it, finished.
Yep.
Big Tam, Bates is 21 in October. 21 in October.
So maybe he's just got to fill himself out and just. Probably not going to grow anymore, but I think it's just that this filling himself out and making himself harder to play against.
Learn the position for me,
exactly.
Fox. Learn the position.
Of course. I think what's going to be vital at the weekend, mate, is no getting the ball away. And I think the two experienced centre-halves for me are both quite good passers of the ball. Bates, I think out the end of the centre-halves, if we try to play from the back, Celtic will close down Bates very quickly. Alves is quite good at passing, mate. And I think that we could take away a threat for them closing us down if it's Alves and Martin. Does that make sense? No?
That does.
Always makes sense, Fox.
Zoc's there. Has he lost him?
Is that Alan 63 come in there?
I'm talking about you, Alan 63, and I'm on mute.
Oh, sorry,
How we doing, Al?
How you doing, guys?
You alright, mate? What's on your mind? You're an Alves and Bates, man, I noticed in the lobby.
Things, loads of things. I think when it comes to the two centre-halves, well, three centre-halves, we've not got good centre-halves. I think we've got to hold our hands up and just accept the fact that we're going to have to get better. Martin...
Has the boy not got potential for you, Bates?
Oh, Bates has got potential, but it's a sad day when we're thinking Bates is the first starter and who we're going to play him with, because the other two are dead slow. Martin can pass the ball. That I have noticed. He's a really good passer of the ball, but the guy Bates can't pass. He's rotten.
If Martin had Bates' pace and Bates had Martin's passing...
you're talking a cracking centre-half pair, yeah. And they'd be worth millions and would get millions and they're laughing. But I think if you're playing against Celtic, the way that they play, they're a bumblebee team. They always have been. They just kind of run, don't they? And if you run, you cause teams problems. And thinking of Alves, first thing I said about him when we saw him last game, they come on as a sub. My goodness, is he out of condition? And he can't run at the best times anyway. And then you've got the guy Martin, who, for all let's say he is match fit just now, he still can't run. And you're left with Bates. So Bates can run a wee bit, but he's no lightning. So I think Murray might actually change it and play three at the back with your two wing backs. I'm not kidding on. Because I think we're lacking, and that's where we lack it, and we're as for defence, and I still don't think Fotheringham's a great goalkeeper. So I think you've got to protect that area, and using them and the young boy Goss sitting and maybe a Holt playing will do well against anything that's coming through their central midfield. And then you're left for horses for courses up front. It's who do you fancy? The guy Cummings will score you goals if you're going to give him loads and loads of chances. The wee fella Morelos, he was very disappointing against Falkirk, and it's nothing to do with his attitude or anything. I saw him one of the times, as you would have, trying to get in a goalkeeper, and that was so poor it was no real. I'd have slapped him if I was on the pitch with him, a teammate. I'd have said, what you about? Because if you'd have watched Miller when Miller came on, Miller rounded the goalkeeper the way you're supposed to do it, and that is keep the ball away from the goalie. You can't run like diagonal. Goalie's going to get it. You've got to go sideways and forward after that, so the goalkeeper's left sprawling. It sounds negative. I know that. That's just the way I'm putting it. But I think we'll still beat them. I don't think they're that.
I hope you're right. Al. Go on, you go, Bridge.
Can I ask you a question, Alan? I was just to ask Alan a quick. You know the one you mentioned with Miller when he walks past the keeper.
Aye.
The goal gets chalked off for offside. I couldn't see the offside for the life of me.
Well, we saw it. Well, they showed you a couple of replays.
Okay. I never saw it, pal.
No, it didn't look offside.
So, it didn't it? Right,
I didn't think so, no.
No, I forgot about that incident.
It's maybe like a foot one side. I mean, it wasn't a big gap or anything like that. And human eyes being at the other eye, maybe you would think.
I thought it was like he did really well. He exactly what you said. He showed Morelos, this is how you go past a goalkeeper and put it in the net. But unfortunately. Again, cheating referees. We're not going to talk about them now.
See, just to touch on the Morelos thing, the thing that struck me about Morelos this season is the amount of chances that he misses. I know he's top goal scorer just now in Scotland, and he's our top goal scorer as well, obviously, but it strikes me about Morelos is the amount of chances that he misses. See, we could add what he scored up to now and half of the chances that he's missed. He'd be out of sight, man. He'd be miles away from anybody else.
The pros will tell you they're happy that he's in there. getting any chances, you know.
Percentage player.
Oh, don't get Ibrox loyal started that.
Percentage, it's a percentage player. Is that Ali McCoist was exactly the same. The amount of chances that McCoist. No, wait a minute, Alan. Let me finish, mate.
I totally disagree. Actually.
Well, that's okay, but you don't know what I'm going to say yet. So
I do.
How you can disagree about what I'm not going to say?
Because I've heard others say it. I've been in company recently.
Okay, I'll let Alan go.
Right. Okay. What was Bosman's going to say is Ali McCoist just he missed lots of chances, but he scored lots of chances, and he already did the lightning of Morelos. But that's not true, because although Ali McCoist missed lots of chances, Ali McCoist scored loads of goals. Ali McCoist would have about 30 odd goals already in the standard of play that's going on in this league now.
What about 1984-5 season now?
What about it?
When the crowd, the Ibrox wanted McCoist gone because of the chances he missed and constantly missing for weeks and weeks and weeks.
It took him about 9 months to settle.
It took
Boswell was 6 months to settle.
Maybe a year for Hitler. Boswell, when you come, mate?
Alistair, Boswell?
No, you weren't. Well, Alan, please yourself, mate. Please yourself. If you think you're right, you must be right.
It only takes one touch of the button, mate, and people disappear. On you go, Boswell.
Alistair McCoist, as Ox has just alluded to, from 1983, when he came to us, to 1986, could barely get arrested scoring goals. Because in 1985, Jock Wallace asked him if he wanted to go on loan to Cardiff because things were so bad he was being booed from the stands. And if you were there, you'll know how true that is. Alistair McCoist also was sold by Sunderland because he couldn't get arrested scoring goals in Sunderland, in a poor Sunderland side as well, in a poor league. So to say that Alistair McCoist would have scored 30 goals already, I just think it's nonsense, but it's all about opinions.
But he did get better at the striking in his career.
But that was once he had better players round about him.
Aye, but also he changed positions as well. Yes, McCoist. He played right midfield, centre midfield in games as well for his McCoist as early people at the start of his career, you know.
Would we say that the first time that McCoist really started to hit was the 1984 League Cup final against the Filth when he scored 3 goals? But then after
you can never answer this, but that's what made Ali's career.
Yeah,
that was his springboard, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's a whole show on his own. Alistair Murdoch, McCoy, Stalin.
But I think when it comes to Ali, what you've got to look at is how many seasons he was our best scorer.
Quite a few, mate. Quite a few. Obviously,
even
a couple of bad
when he was getting booed and all that, he still scored goals.
But he was the same age as Morales when he went to Sunderland.
Well,
Morales is only 21 now. McCoist came back to us when I think he was 24.
Don't know if he was as old as that, I'll check that one out. Anyway, Morales is learning the game. I mean, that's the gamble about the money we're not paying. We've already discussed Morales, but I think he'll start on Sunday. Ulster, do you think he'll start?
I think he'll start as well. I can see Alan's point. It's been a bit frustrating sometimes. There's been some chances there he really, really should have scored. Like, I think there's one away to Parkhead as well. Pretty easy chance, but it's just the way it is. Alan, he is a young player. He's in his early 20s. He's going to get better, mate. He is going to get better. And there's parts of his game that's very, very good. Sometimes the goal scoring part of it, just the finishing, isn't always great. But I think you have to look at his age as well. He's only, I think he's 21, as we're saying. So there's plenty of experience to come into him. If he was maybe 26, 27, and missing some of the same chances, I'd be a bit more worried. But at the end of the day, he's a top goal scorer in the league. So can't give him too much.
Ulster, can I ask you a question? Between Cummings and Morelos, who do you think's the more natural goal scorer?
Cummings.
Aye, I do.
To be honest,
I saw somebody on social media, my nephew showed me it this afternoon, and they said that, the point they were making was, If you give Morelos 5 chances, he'll score you 1 goal. But if you give Cummings 5 chances, he'll score you 2 or 3 goals. Because he's a more natural. He's a more natural goal scorer.
I'd agree with that.
I actually, I did as well, boys. Well, I think Cummings is a more natural goal scorer. I think Morelos has to work at it harder. So he does.
Morelos does a different job.
Does that make him a better player?
Not necessarily, no, because Cummings can't put exactly, boys. Well, Cummings can't put in the graft that Morelos puts in. You know, Morelos is great at holding the ball up, bringing other players
bring people in. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not centre half. What we said about.
It's great to have this dilemma, isn't it?
Martin and Bates, was Alex said that if Martin could run like Bates and Bates could pass the ball at Martin, if Cummings could finish like Morelos could finish like Cummings, and Cummings had Morelos' physicality partnership, they would be, but that's just the nature of the game. True blue, innit? True blue.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
if Tommy McLean was the same
if you're anti their emotions, your uncle.
Exactly.
I think it's a good point that was made earlier in the comparison with Ali McCoist and the Buffalo. I think the point that was trying to be made is the Buffalo's having a better first season at Ibrox than Ali McCoist did. I think that's the bottom line. Ali McCoist obviously went on to be a legend. Reportedly we're getting offers of magnificent money for Morelos, and I see the sense in knocking it back, but only if you're going to keep him there a long, long time. And frankly, I would like to see it. I think his work rate is absolutely tremendous. Never halts. And then about it, he's got everything you need. He's got the good hold-up play, bringing other players into it. Strong, never gives the centre-backs a minute's peace. They'll be working on his finishing, tell him to relax a bit more, have a look about you, get the heat up, But the boy's still developing. He's still developing, really. Can't mind what you ask me now.
Doesn't matter.
Now can I true. Full start for you on Sunday.
Well, we go back to the gospel singing then.
Aye, give us we have an anchor.
I think Morelos will be.
Aye, I agree with you.
But Cummings is a good option. Listen, this man Murty, you're never sure what he's going to do. He sprang a few surprises up against them and done all right. So.
Cummings will be playing.
Sorry, Alan.
I'm saying Cummings, he'll be playing.
Aye.
So Morelos.
Do you think he's got?
That means Murphy's going to make it.
The manager's got some decisions to make. I'm not 100% sure whether he'll. How do you drop somebody that's just scored a hat trick? As I know the dilemma's there, and will we want to play the same style of football? I don't know, but I know one thing: it's the biggest test we're going to have for a long, long time. This is a huge test for us come this weekend.
So we ready for it. Thinking back in Albridge, man, a wee while back there, we were watching Martin Waghorn missing sitters all the time, getting through.
Absolutely, I know. It's great.
But
that's why I'm.
We've got different options now, mate. And I think it's a great point that's been made. Cummings and the Buffalo are two entirely different strikers for me.
Yeah.
Just to give everybody a bit of comfort, Martin Waghorn's still missing one-on-ones playing for Ipswich. So it's nothing personal.
I remember the start of the season where him, Gardner, Mackay, stop scoring.
Stop scoring.
It's all dried up now. Mackay can't even go on the bench.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on, Bridge.
Can I just say that I think our manager's got a real dilemma on his hands coming up to this weekend. He's going to have a lot of guys. If he gets this bounce game going, he might have 2 or 3 extra guys available for the squad. So it's a lot of big decisions to be made there, and hopefully he picks the right lot anyway. But if it makes a good squad out there, and we do something Sunday, or nearly said Saturday again. Sorry.
Whenever.
How many league games? I'm just going to check that out. I should have known that. How many league games?
9 league games to go.
11 league games, and possibly it still wouldn't be in our hands. We need somebody else to do us a favour, but we could win the double. Fox. 11 games. 9 league games, 2 cup ties.
Aye, we should be aiming to win every game, mate. That's the way it is at Rangers. Can I go back to the Cummings and Morelos debate?
Yes, of course you can, mate.
I think they've both got a lot to learn. Morelos has got to learn how to finish a bit better, and I think Cummings has got to look at the work rate and what Morelos adds to the team. And I think the years to come both will improve. Whether any of the two of them are still at Rangers, I don't know. But I think Morelos, mate, has learned the hard bit of the game first, believe it or not. As you say, he's not a natural striker, but his work rate for the team is tremendous. And usually for a striker, that's the last thing you learn first. Whereas Cummings is the natural poacher, striker, finisher, mate. But he's got to learn in the system that we're playing at the moment. There's a lot of work rate goes along with that. And I'm giving him that he's not had much game time, but Morelos will start on Sunday.
You can't see Morelos. See the goal. I'll come to you in a second. I'll see the goal that Cummings scored yesterday. The second goal when they took the ball in the box.
Terrific.
Sort of slid it to 1 foot and just passed it in. Now Morelos could do that, but he wouldn't have passed it in the way Cummings would do. He would basically rip the net if he scored it. But Cummings he passed it in. Just passed it. On you go, Al.
I can touch on that as well. I think if you look back to OSB was showing it in the lobby, the goal that Cummings scored, we've seen Morelos hit a few from the exact same angle, and what he does is he buries them when it's like trying to take the net off. And Cummings' finish was just exquisite, wasn't it? Such a difference in how they play. I also think if I'm a centre half, right, which I've played before, for years.
No, for a while.
Aye, but if I'm playing centre half and I'm looking at who would I rather play against?
Cummings.
Well, I don't know. Buffalo is no so fleet of foot. He's fast for his size because he's chunky, but he likes getting up against you nice and close, and that would suit me all day long. I would love the battle with him. But Cummings has got one of those. He's got one of those wee devious brains, and it's I'm getting into that wee pocket. See, like you two are standing there, I'm getting in that wee bit there.
Cheating,
none of you are covering
they call it, innit?
He's far more intelligent than the Buffalo guy, and they're roughly the same age. But playing both of them, I mean, you're covering bases, aren't you? Cummings can play that kind of left row. And when it comes to match fitness, we saw Cummings a couple of times with cameo roles, and you thought, bloody hell, he looks so short of fitness. See that game against Falkirk? Him and Morelos both were back in the 18-yard line, and they were clearing the ball with their heads.
Is that no showing you that there's a great team spirit and working for the team?
That's appetite, and that's what we need against this mob. And I think both are certain to play. And I think when it comes to this wee bounce game, whoever it's against, it's just a run.
St Mirren, I believe. St Mirren. I mean, there'll be a bigger crowd for that, and there will be.
That's to make sure he's all right to play against them. I still don't know about Murphy. I think Murphy's got a busted toe, and they'll just keep that quiet.
What I'm getting is it was bruised, Al. That's what I picked up by bruised, so he should be fit for Sunday. He's a big player for us.
Even he'll be fine to go.
I don't want a boy to get an injection. You know where that can lead to. It's not that.
No, it's not bruising. It's just pain. So he'll be fine.
Aye, bruising.
I would rather play against Cummings.
Aye, me too, mate. Only because of the bruises you'd end up with Buffalo.
Well, you know, it's.
I remember the big fella, and I don't know what his name is, but I remember him getting Miller halfway between halfway in the 18-yard box, and it was a 50-50.
That's the boy from Motherwell?
No.
Was that the guy from Motherwell?
And he was thought,
Celtic? All right, okay.
You're getting it. So
Simonovic.
He put about 10 foot in the air. And that's what you get if you're playing against that. That's what you get if you're playing against that. Morelos, he's no hard to mark. Are you kidding? He likes a battle. Celtic centre-halves they're big, strong guys.
But for somebody it's a hard to mark. What was the previous issue about or comments about Morelos? He doesn't finish, so he must get away from his marker to have the opportunities. Boswell.
I just think that Morelos is the two of them are different players. They bring different things to the team, and I don't see how we can really talk about them the same way. Morelos is a much more physical game where you can see from his finishes on Sunday. I thought all three finishes that he had were excellent. He had time when that ball came in. When he's running in for the first goal, Cummings. Absolutely fantastic. He knew where the keeper was. He could see everything in front of him. A great finish. Morelos will never score a goal like that because that's not his game. He's one of these. He'll run onto it and he'll just welly it. And I think it's very much the same kind of thing as we go back and talk about these things all the time. Hateley and McCoist, different goals, different types of player, different things, and if you can accommodate both of them in the same team, that's fine. I don't know against Celtic if we're able to do that.
But the only way I can see Cummins starting is potentially if
Murphy.
Wallace or Murphy and John on the fit, because I think if Wallace and John are fit and Murphy's know that John will play where Murphy plays.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because this is going to have to stop. Just us agreeing, let's bang out order.
Cannot continue. John, on you go, Fox.
The reason I don't think Cummings will play, mate, is our best way of beating Celtic, mate, is our pace up front. Your Murphy and Candeias, Windass, and even Morelos, mate. Celtic will come to Ibrox with three at the back. There'll be loads of rooms on the wings, mate. If Celtic push forward, especially with Tierney and Nanek on the other side, mate, this is where I think it's very vital that our centre-halves are good with the ball. We need to hit direct balls into that space for the likes of Candeias and Murphy, mate, to run onto. Yep, that's where our goals will come from, I think, at the weekend. And we just can't... If Murphy doesn't make it, mate, I agree that if Declan John's fit, he'll go in there. Because we need the pace on the left. We've seen against Falkirk how one-sided we were.
We'll go to Ulster then, True Blue. Ulster.
Yeah, I agree with that, to the balance. So we've been talking about the balance, and that balance was lost, I thought, against Falkirk at times. I think that's why we need Murphy. If Murphy and Declan Jones fit, they'll definitely play. I think the only way Cummings will get a game is if he's a straight swap for Morelos, and I don't think that's going to happen. And I actually agree with you as well. I think if Declan Jones, the only one to be fit, I think you'll see him playing in the wide role, definitely, because you can see he's got good tackling ability and he's a good pace. So I can't see Cummings playing on that left-hand side if either Declan John or Murphy's fit.
True Blue.
Exactly the same. I think it's crucial that Murphy and John are fit. It gives the team the balance. Again, we've got Tavernier and Candeias on the other side, and I think that's the way to get at them. Don't forget, they're established right backs, no playing either. So I think we could certainly, get right into that area. I really think we could do all right there. I agree with Fox. I think a lot of it. I think they're going to be struggling to cope with their speed, their attacking play and everything else. Some of the football we've played has been tremendous. Admittedly against lower opposition, but you can only play what's put in front of you, as the old saying goes. I've no felt as confident as this for a long time going into a game against them at Ibrox. Your heart always, speaking for myself, my heart always rules my head, and I always think we run with a shout, but I really think we can pull it off at the weekend.
Alright, Rudy then, Bridgman?
I think it's imperative for us that Murphy and DJ are fit, because they've added so much between the two, and especially Murphy coming in January. They've added so much balance to the team. It looks great right across the park now, It's true with saying it. You Candeias and Tavernier on one side, Murphy, DJ on the other side. I think we will see Cummins on Sunday. I don't think he'll start, but I think if you're 15, 20 minutes to go and we're looking for a goal, I think Graham Murphy will throw caution to the winds and he'll put two up front. I think he'll put Morelos and Cummins up together up front to get that goal. if we need it, if need be. Hopefully we're 4-0 up by that time, you know.
You're right. Do you know the funny thing is, if that was the scenario, I could see them putting Miller on as well, bizarrely, but you know I'm a big fan.
I think he will. I think he'll just throw caution to the winds and he'll just go for it, you know.
Yeah, Bridgman, then Fox.
I think the boys are right. It's insofar as the left-hand side, it would be better if we had the speed merchant Declan John and Murphy playing. I honestly, my honest opinion, he's played. That's the squad he played with the other night there, and they look not too bad in places. And I don't think we should have any fears. Let's go with them if we have to. But I'd love to see Declan John and Murphy playing. I think Murphy's a superb player. That's what I'm saying earlier. The manager's got he's got some decisions to make on this, because he's building a good squad and now he needs to use them and use them for the best. And yeah, I agree with the boys. I'm desperate for a win against this mob, and I hope it comes on Sunday. I'll be there anyway, but I hope it happens. Come on, the Rangers!
No, 6 more sleeps, Bridge. 6 more sleeps. Fox,
I'm ready already.
6 more sleeps.
I've said my bit on it, mate.
All right, sorry, Boswell.
What made me laugh about all of this is Brendan comes out and says the pressure's all on Rangers. I mean, you know, if ever there is a siren sign that says I am absolutely bricking this game from Brendan, there it is. Because what do? You know, when the pressure's against you, because let's be honest, he should win on Sunday. Given everything in his favour, he's had a free run at it. He's been able to invest in his squad, spend money where he needs to spend it, bring in the players at his leisure. And the pressure's on us? I don't think so, Mr. Brendan. Because I think that when I read that, I was absolutely in stitches, because I'm thinking, you can tell that he's on the run. He knows exactly where it's at. And of course, Brendan has a propensity to lie quite extensively. You know, a lot of his nonsense we hear. So to say that we're under pressure, where's our pressure coming from?
You think Brendan could be deluded?
Oh, no. That's just a stupid
website. That's just a website.
Well, I mean, that's just the fan base, isn't it, really? But
where did they say this? Boswell on the tranny?
I see what you've done there, True. I see what you've done there.
It could well have been. I don't know. I read it somewhere, and I can't remember where I read it. But when you read things like this, you know, Brendan has this God complex where he thinks that there's nobody quite like him. And then he comes up to a city like Glasgow and he suddenly finds that there's loads of people like him. and he's sitting beside a lot of them every other week. And I think that it's an absolute sign that he is terrified, and he's waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, and his wife or his partner is saying, Brendan, calm down, it's all right. You know, you'll get a draw at least.
do you think it was Brendan that got all his seats emptied running about the dugout at the weekend so that he would stand out?
Well, but of course, yeah. I mean, Brendan's not daft. You know, as I'm always saying on here, is that, look, Brendan's at Celtic because he was a failure at Liverpool. He's not here because he was a success. Because if he was a success at Liverpool, he would either still be there or he would be a better club. And that's why
he's in his dream job, Boswell.
He's in his dreams, I think, more. He's in his dream job, yeah.
There's a pretty big rumour doing the rounds just now that he's got an unsettled dressing room because he's, you know, the players reckon his ego is absolutely huge, you know, and they're struggling to deal with him, you know. Well, that's the rumour. That's the rumour, Boswell, you know.
That's the fact.
Dressing room because
I think that's the trouble with people like him, that when you win, they get all the glory. When you get beat, it's everybody else's fault. So that's how players can turn on managers.
But this is why he claimed all the great things at Liverpool and said that Luis Suarez was just collateral damage, really. You know, it's just, it's not. And this is what you've got with this lot, is that you'll hear it all. It'll start coming out through the corrupt media all through the week about how Celtic are in charge and Rangers are under pressure. And I'm desperate for somebody to tell me where this pressure for us to beat them is coming from. I mean, at our club, you always want to beat Celtic. It's just part of what the heritage is. You know, as Fox says, every game you go in as a Rangers supporter or as a Rangers player, you go in to win. You don't go in to take a point or accept a draw or whatever. You go in to win. We've never had anything other than that attitude at our club. So why people would think that it's anything other than that is bizarre. But our team are under no pressure because our fans are saying, we expect our team to at least go there on Sunday, go to Ibrox on Sunday and put in a performance. And if we get beat, well, we'll not be happy. But if people put in a performance...
I've never, the momentum's grown. We've got people talking about us winning 2 and 3 and 4-0 now. Yeah, I mean, the expectations have risen. There's a difference between being confident and
arrogant.
I've never went to one of the games thinking, even when we were streets ahead of them, you put your mortgage on us to win a game. I'm always hopeful, and then hope it works out for us. I think that's
see, I'm one of these people that I would prefer to travel and hope than arrive sometimes, because I think that I've been to so many Old Firm games where I've been really disappointed.
You thought you were going to win, you don't. I'll 63.
Aye, I'd like to address what Boswell said there, and it's no get it. It's what Boswell was saying there was what Brenda went and said. And I think you've got to look at the full story, and the full story was Mr. Murray alluded to it and said, yes, I heard what he went and said, and his own answer back was, we're always under pressure. You've got people sitting there at Ibrox that are used to watching the best, he says, and what they bring to Rangers Football Club in the past, and we've got to try and emulate that. And that was his answer, kind of condensed, if you like. There's a good wee read in the Evening Times, that other paper that Boswell hates, but the story was in there. I saw it earlier.
The Evening Times, isn't it?
I don't like it, but it was there. The story was there. I think this wee fella, Declan John, will make it. And I think he's going to be a threat coming from the left-hand side of the field.
Where do you think he'll be playing now? Forward or fullback?
No, left-back. Totally left-back. Cummings will definitely play. You're not going to stop a guy who's just scored a hat-trick. Not a chance. Especially when the other one looked a bit daft at times. But you will still play him because he's a wee battling guy. And I love the two of them. It's not as if I prefer Cummings over him. I don't. They're two different players and I like what both of them bring. And I can see both of them starting. And I think this bounce game's going to be like... I think they're obviously going to try something out. We've got no clue as to what it'll be. It could be that 3 at the back. It could be something else. I'm surprised that we've had a show tonight, and this is just a day after the game, and not one person mentioned Windass. Windass was poor yesterday.
Yeah.
He had a couple of good runs. See how he's passing. This is what I'm going to say about his passing, but right, his angles of his passes were bloody brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but they're all over hit. And it's obviously something that he too will have to learn, same as the rest of them learn their game as well. See, once he gets to know how to wait a pass, he's going to be bloody brilliant. That's just one of those things.
Passing isn't his strong point, Alan. His strength is running with the ball and getting into the boat.
Yeah.
Even with Cummings, his first goal, if the ball broke, it went straight to him and he was right through in goal.
Aye, there's quite a few. There was about 3 or 4 like that.
But let's be honest, I'll go to Fox is coming in there, but Windass hasn't done great Ibrox. Most of his good work's been away. Fox.
Well, I'll tell you, you know how I read all the forums, mate, right? All the forums. Funny enough, he's the man that Tim's fear most, mate. Windass. There you go. No Morelos. Aye, because he's late arriving into the box and he can finish Windass. And they tend to fear him more than MD else, mate.
He's a cert to start, isn't he, Fox? A cert.
Mate, I could tell you, probably, well, I'm not going to tell you the team because I don't know who's fit, but we'll start 4-2-3-1. That is what we play. That's what we play our best football at. The games will be won for me on the wings if we can keep wee Forrest out the game, mate, and no let them supply balls into the box. I think we'll win and win quite comfortably. If we fail to do that, we'll get beat.
Agreed, yeah.
All right, I just want to, and this one's for maybe some of the younger bears who think the journey we've been on, I just want to point out some stuff for them. going back in time on this day, something I read today. I'm glad Boswell and Al, I think Nasties might have been at that game with a certain vintage. And I'm going to go back because it was Boz that mentioned the year 1983. A long time ago, but I'll give the Rangers team. It was against Hibs. We drew 1 each, and the reason is, just to put it in perspective, and some of these guys were legends and internationalists, and maybe one of them's a personal friend of True's. Peter McCloy, Dave McKinnon, Kenny Black, John McClellan, Dave McPherson, Jim Bett, Gordon Dalziel, Robert Pritz, Andy Kennedy. There's a blast for the past. Ian Redford, Derek Johnson, and the substitutes were Davy Cooper. Imagine Andy Kennedy before Davy Cooper. And Billy Davis, right? 1 each was the score. Ulster, home to Hibs. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. What was the crowd?
Ooh.
League game.
Oh, I'm guessing here, like, I'll just say 41,000. I'll just guess it. Don't have it.
10,975.
I knew he was going to go big.
So
there you go. That's
how did I know? He read this. So for people who don't think we've been in journeys before, we've been in journeys
worse than this.
Different kind of journeys I may have.
Absolutely, yeah.
Aye. True Blue. Put
I'm getting travel sick.
Look at that. Back to the Future. Look at the support we're getting now, and look, that was there wasn't many great legends playing. Maybe Cooper on the bench.
I know, but the thing was, Oxford days you could just decide I'm going to the game and away up there and you would go there. They never try to get tickets or anything, but they've created demand now, you know, and that come in as soon as the introduction as soon as that, you know, there was a lot of people had season tickets.
One of the main standing, the Rover tickets came out that year, actually, that season.
But you look back in the days, I remember being at games. You used to sit in the terrace and watch a game. You just sit down, you know, and you had plenty of room. You know, you couldn't do. Obviously, you can't do that now. But whole different ball game. You know, I've seen some poor Rangers teams and poor crowds at Ibrox. You know, but having said that, I think it was the same everywhere, you know, and I'm laughing, you know, somebody mentioned earlier on about Murdo McLeod bumming about Celtic support. They couldn't fill the stadium when we weren't in the league, so it is all about the Rangers. They're only there to see the Rangers. That's
to be fair, nothing's changed, true. Nothing's changed.
I know, mate, I know, but it is, I remember the days well, you know, and hellish.
Is it true? And because something I'm having recall here, at that time in 1985, I think we only had something like 500 season tickets. Was it 83? Would be 500 or 400 season tickets?
But
it was all the main stand. No,
main stand, and the Rover tickets were it then, mate. The Rover tickets.
It was their thing to after Sooners, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
We didn't really have season tickets, did we? We didn't have season tickets for the punters, did we, really?
No, not your right as well.
Yeah.
But you wonder why
74.
That's why you only get one signing in a year and things like that. You know, I mean, obviously it didn't cost much less then to run the club, you know. Crazy.
No, I'll give you one, mate. Played Dundee United at Ibrox. We drew 2 each. What was the crowd that game in 1983-4 season, mate?
Well, what date? What was the date?
2nd of May. 2 each.
How many stands did we have?
No, that would have been when
Stadium.
The home game before it was against Celtic, and we beat them 1-0. No, we beat them 1. Bobby Williams
scored an overhead kick.
I was there. I was at that game.
40,000. Our next home game, 7,500, mate.
Yeah. Yes.
Weird, it's just mental, isn't it?
You always, I remember getting the 34 bus And Fox, you would have got Ibrox the same way, the 34 bus.
My dad died.
The 34 bus. And these women would get on at Shawlands Cross and say, "Oh, is there a match?" You're like, no, it's just full of Rangers supporters that are going mental. Yeah.
See, going way back, I can't remember the years you guys will know because your memories are good. I used to sit in what was called the Centenary stand. And it was these big, long wooden benches.
Aye.
Was I right in saying that? Was it like what was the Govan? Yeah.
Aye, that's correct.
Yeah.
Aye. I remember sitting there playing against Dundee and stuff like that. You're talking
whole bench to yourself.
No many people there.
That's it. You could buy a bench seat. The bencher.
See the Ibrox now.
The only thing that was missing was the ducks in the pond.
Some of the football you'd have been better with that. Early 80s was poor, really poor.
I remember a cup tie against Dundee United. It's got to be 1980 when Derek Johnson scored. We won 1-0. And I think this is a Scottish cup tie on a Saturday afternoon, kick off 3 o'clock. And I think we'd be lucky if there was 12 or 13,000 in Ibrox at that time. I can't remember exactly what the crowd was, but it would have been something like that because it wasn't busy. Definitely was. And even the other thing that we're always talking about, that Souness, when he first came to Ibrox, his first game in Europe, Ovis Tampere, the place was half empty.
I was there that night,
yeah,
Bozo. You're right, empty. It was empty, so it was. I was sitting in the Govan rear that night with a couple of mates.
What, just the 3 yeah?
Just the 3 years, aye. With the whole section to myself. I fell out with the 2. I went and sat somewhere else, you know.
Did you go with the Broomloan then?
There's a trend there, Rudy.
Here's a spearmint chewing gum.
That's it, your official bacon roll.
There was a spell when we were very poorly supported. We weren't a very good club at all. I'm talking about football-wise. I think I've always said this: the support, the club reflects the support, and vice versa. If we're playing really good football, you'll get good support, really well.
But the loyalty, the support in the last few years, mate, we've not watched any good football for years, mate, and the people have been turning up week in, week in.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. I was just going to say, I think Graham Souness coming, not necessarily his first season, but soon after that, when he introduced the season tickets and all that, I mean, the whole thing just took off, you know, and it's never really stopped at that point. From that point, seriously.
I remember we had a pre-season game against Bayern Munich, 1986. And
that was Souness' first home game, aye.
And it was jumping. It was absolutely stacked that night. And I think we get battered.
2-0.
But no, Bayern were a different class that night. But but the place was absolutely mobbed. And then I think we played. I don't know who we played. Dundee United. We get beat. Hibs away at Easter Road.
Then I think Clydebank. A full cup, then Dundee United.
Dundee United.
And we lost 2 at the first 3 games. Ulster, my point is, just to show you, I mean, obviously, even though the Bears were still as loyal and true then, but they never turn up. Scottish football was in a different place. Season tickets weren't the norm. But the support has been unbelievable in the last 5 or 6 years. Ulster.
Oh, well, that proves it. Like, I'm surprised that numbers are bad. That's just something I've grown up. You know, I was born in 1988, and I just don't know or remember crowds ever being as low as that. So it just shows you that's something that is new to me. Now, my dad would have always said in the 80s when they were coming over, you didn't need to worry about getting a ticket. You didn't have to pre-arrange tickets. You just turned up at Ibrox and got in, you know. But I didn't know that figures like 7,000, 10,000 at Ibrox. Yep. It just shows you where we were at one stage, as you boys say there, like. You know, just one thing I'd like to add just for the last couple of minutes as well. We're talking about Sean Goss, who's German-born.
Yeah, Northern Ireland.
Yep. No, Michael O'Neill's obviously been impressed with what he's done at Rangers. So I know people have thought that maybe Goss could be a Stephen Davis type player. So maybe Michael O'Neill agrees with that. Maybe that's what he's thinking as well. So I hope he likes what Michael O'Neill said to him, and hopefully he changed allegiances. I'd love to see him in another Irish shirt.
My information is
he's a military family, and he was born in German, English parents, but his grandparents were from Northern Ireland.
That's correct. Yeah.
Michael O'Neill's statement that came out the other weekend, saying that Southern Ireland picked their players on a sectarian basis. Eh? Who would have believed that? Yes, he did. Yes,
he did.
Well, somebody put that in the lobby the other day there. But the name was just O'Neill. I thought
you thought it was Martin, did you?
I thought it was Martin. No, I never said that, did we?
I thought it was Ryan.
It's great how the Scottish press have picked up on that, innit?
Aye, well.
You thought it was Billy, did you?
If the cap fits and all that.
If you're going to start the bigotry, I'm off.
What, for your drum?
Accordion.
Republic actually
he's not dressed without a sash.
Right, let Ulster come in. On you go, Ulster.
I'm saying that Republic actually the AFA got in contact with Paddy McNair and his family, and they wanted him to sign up to the Republic team until they actually found out that Paddy McNair was a Protestant. They thought he was a Catholic because of the name Patrick, and when they found out he was a Protestant, they didn't. Their interest dropped on him straight away. So there you go. And that's coming from Michael O'Neill's mouth. And Michael O'Neill, we all know where he resides on things, but fair play to him for standing up and telling it how it is.
He's an Ulster man.
I didn't realise that 5 of that players that played for Ireland in the playoff game were Ulstermen, but there you go. Yeah. Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening. Alan 63, shout out.
Oh, please let Murphy and DJ and MD else that's kind of on the peripherals be fit for a Filth game. Mr. Murray, please pick the right side. Let's pump them.
Boswell?
I'm very calm, cool, and I'm not concerned about it at all yet. It's miles away. And,
hurry up. We should use Fox put an overtime bill in for you two last night.
You've disturbed me already, so you've wasted time there.
Right. I'll start. Hurry up, Boswell.
No, on you go.
On you go, mate. Hurry up. Fall on your leg. Oh. Rudy Bear.
Is Paul's there? No.
I'll be back in a minute.
You've got 6 days, Mr. Murphy.
6 sleeps.
6 sleeps. Give us a performance and a result to be proud of, because we deserve it. As a Rangers support, we deserve it.
True Blue.
Can I sing Amazing Grace now?
No.
Alright, well, good night everybody. I'm on the Rangers.
Big Ulster.
Yeah, just the same shout I've done the last few times. To Mr. Murray and the team, I believe in you. So let's get out these.
Yeah. Fox.
Big shout out to OSB for putting all the clips after matches into the lobby. It's good to remind you what happened. Thanks, OCB. OSB, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's the washing machine mechanic talking. Bridgman.
Can I just say I'd like to echo everybody's shout-outs. It's been a smashing night tonight once again. Smashing wee station. I hope everybody that listens to it enjoys it as much as I do, because I just love it. And I've got the battle fever on, so you'll forgive me, because I just want to say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans here on Rangers Radio, get the battle fever on. Keep it going for the Rangers. Get in there. Come on.
You here? Can I thank everybody for taking the time to join us tonight? Al 63, Boswell, Bridgman, Fox, Rudy Bear, True Blue and Ulster. And thank everybody in the lobby for taking part, and everybody who listens to Rangers Radio. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers and start the build-up to Sunday's match. Take it away, Fox.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jab. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town, and the bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer, it's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Tybrook Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win, for everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.